Hi Stampin' Friends. Tonight we're going to use the Christmas Friends bundle, and it has a little bear with a matching sentiment of "Have a Very Merry Christmas." It has a little moose on ice skates. It has a little singing and bell ringing mouse. It has a little owl that has a matching sentiment of "I'll be thinking of you this season." And then there's a happy holidays and a little tree. It's kind of like a twig. I don't know that it's a very robust tree, but anyway, kind of cute. I have a ton of ideas, so I'm hoping that I don't get too out of control. There will be some coloring, so if you don't like to watch coloring, you might want to just wait until it is on YouTube to see the whole thing. But I'll try to do most of the coloring last, so hopefully that will help. The first card I wanted to show you is one that I made to use for a Stamp-A-Stack. And these little guys are masked with just a little piece of Post-it, and so that I could stamp it 3 times. I stamped this one, and masked them off, and stamped this one, and masked that off, and stamped this one. And then I masked the whole thing and did some using this blending brush, some blending, sponging, whatever you want to call it, around it. And then I have all these little music note guys on the top. So I thought that was a fun way to use, make it look like we're all singing together rather than just one singing by himself. And then this one is has a little star and a tree and our little "Have a Very Merry Christmas." Okay, so what I have tonight is overflowing. I'm going to start with something I haven't done in a while, which is a spinner. So the way you start with a spinner, or the easiest way, I think, is to use let's see, I didn't put this back where it was, but a piece of designer series paper that is cut to 4 1/4, 5 1/4 by 4, and then you just die cut both it and the card base. In this case, I've used garden green, and you die cut that through, and then you end up with 2 pieces here. Now, I just wanted to kind of suggest that if you have a piece like this, it would be cute to reuse these pieces. So you could put your little owl on this and add sentiments. The owl will be thinking of you. You could also just use the plain green and use, so all of your things go to good use. These pieces aren't necessarily trash, is my point. You could also cut this one down and layer it on top of there. So just some ideas there of, the pieces that are trash for the card don't have to be trash. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Okay, so what you want to do here, I have this POH unwaxed dental floss, and I've had this for a long time, but I find that it is nice and thin. It frays a little bit. You can see there on the end, but not too badly. And it is perfect for a spinner card. I've had this for a while, so I'm hoping they still sell it. Surely, why would they stop? Okay, and then you're just going to want to take a piece of tear tape. Make sure I think it's good and sticky, and do it right across here. And then you're going to cut this piece off. Then you're going to stretch it and cut it. Now, what you don't want to do up here at the top is get your string or your tear tape off of the thing. So I could have gotten this a little bit closer, probably would have been good, or a little bit further away, but it'll be fine because I'm going to stick this right back in the same spot. Now, to cut this, I put a piece of a long Post-it across this edge, and then one to hold down my die in the middle here. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this again. And I'm not going to use dimensionals because I want this to be, oh, I don't want that pulled over to the side. Whoops-a-daisy. There we go. So I'm going to just go ahead and press on that a couple more times. I'm going to be sure that I have it stuck down well. And gosh, I can't even cut that. That's weird. Must have a little bit of gummy stuff on here. You know, you can use Goo Gone to get the, if you accidentally cut something, sometimes it happens at my classes, people cut things with my scissors that I'm not planning for, and they get kind of gummy. So you want to use Goo Gone to get that off. And then of course, be sure that you don't get the oil from the Goo Gone on your work. Okay, so then I'm just going to put, I can know pretty sure that my, that I'm not going to get too close. I almost got too close, but I didn't. And then the same thing here. And I'm just kind of daubing it on because I don't want to get too much. What is my deal tonight? There. I was sitting here thinking if it was out or what. Well, let me grab another one. I'll eventually get one that works. Well, maybe you should just use tear tape for the whole thing on this kind of card, as I am doing nothing but running aground. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take these pieces of tear tape off. Toss them. And then I want to get this right back where it was. So I'm putting my hands in here to be sure that my edges match, and then I'm going to make sure that I like how it looks here. Maybe just kind of scooch it a little toward one side or the other if I think it looks like it needs it, and do this again and be sure. Maybe look on the inside and be sure there's not too much showing. And then when I'm pretty confident, I'm just going to stick it down. Okay, so now I've basically just got a string between here. Now, it is possible you can use any shape for this. It doesn't have to be a circle, but it's kind of the easiest one to spin. So I've just colored this little guy with a little bit of our light smoky slate, and then I used garden green for his book, for his hymnal, and Poppy Parade for his little bow, because I'm going to put him, you know, I knew I was going to put him on this color card. So then the next thing you're going to do is just, you can use certainly tear tape if you want to. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, line him up on this side. Then I'm just going to spin him around and line it up on this side. So it's not going to be exactly the same. It's just going to be kind of close because I just stamped it kind of, I'm not going to say willy-nilly, but I just stamped it reasonably close to the same thing. I didn't use anything to position it. I just was like, yeah, cute, close enough. Okay, so there's that. So then what you're going to do right before you put it in the card is give it a good spin. So you're going to around and around and around, doesn't matter which direction, it's going to spin either any way. So you will set that down, and as they pull it out of the card, it will spin like that. And then when they set it in their room, it will just be sitting there and they'll see kind of both sides of that. You could put a tiny sentiment on there, or you can put your sentiment down here. This stamp set comes with a super cute little bit of, and I may have too much of this color, but a super cute little garland that looks great to put at the top of things. And then it has a little red bow tie. So that would be super cute to finish off the top of the card. Now, you can always put a piece of white inside, and then I might put underneath it a red circle. Now, by that, let me go ahead and put, I'll use this green one as an example. And just put it, so like there's our, so put it under here like this, probably a smaller one. If there's one in between these two, that would probably be ideal. And I'll just put this under there, and then that way you will just see the little bit of white, green, or red, or whatever, and then this color. So that makes sense. All right, so to finish off the bottom, I would just put a little happy holidays, and then I would probably add, well, I thought I made, oh, here it is, a little green bow up here. Now I cut out a bunch of these, so I thought they would be cute to add. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me do that, but I thought they would be cute to add above their little heads. And you can make them be the same, or you can make them be different, whichever. And a little bow. And then you probably just need a few little bits of bling, maybe some garden green. We have that really nice garden green one. Or you could also use one of the little things of dots that we have, those little shiny dots, these guys, in the red. And with these dots, red dots here, that would probably look nice together. Okay, I'm gonna set this one aside. There we are. Okay, so next I'm gonna show you what I did here. I stamped this little guy in onto pecan pie. Then I colored his shoes with white craft ink and an old blender pen. And then I used the Stampin' Right markers to color his scarf. Now, the reason I did that is because the Stampin' Right markers will color and add color over this. If you just use the blends, they just blend away, basically. You can't see them on such a dark color, but you can still see the dark, the Poppy Parade and now this is funny because I used Poppy Parade and Shy Shamrock, and it looks much, much darker. But anyway, you get the idea. So what I wanted to show you on this one is I love to tear paper. You can tear paper and use it as a way to use blending brushes and make an outline, make it look like the sky, make it look like a variety of different things. But on this card, what I'm doing is making it look like, let's see, I'm going to tear it again, he's got on skates, so I want him to have a little pond to skate on. So I'm just tearing down. And it's, to me, the fastest way to make something that looks like a pond or something like that. Now, I've got it looking a little bit too harsh right here. So all I'm going to do is just tear it a little bit more. Now, I'm tearing it where this edge here is smooth, but you can also tear this edge here, and it looks great to use your Wink of Stella and put it all along the part that's torn, and it will give it a shiny look, and it will be super nice. So it's kind of just whichever one you want to do. Just make sure that you don't do what I almost just did, which is tear the opposite directions on the same side. I just think it looks better if the tears match. That makes sense. And like this is going off the page, like the pond is bigger than that was my thinking anyway. Okay, so maybe just kind of round the corners just a little bit to make it a little more pleasing to the eye. Okay, then I'm just sticking this on my Azure Afternoon colored cardstock, and you kind of just want to make sure that there aren't any that are way bigger than the others, because like that kind of shows. And then I'm going to put it on the Poppy Parade. Got to use dimensionals if I can reach them here. Let's see what I've done. I have a brand new thing of dimensionals over here. Now, these are close enough to brand new. I like to put one in the middle, and of course the four corners. And this right here is the reason that I can't have fingernails, because it is way faster to pick them off without fancy nail polish or acrylic nails. Okay, so there's that. So then you're just gonna put your little guy on here and add some embellishments. This says, oh, that says have a very Merry Christmas, which you certainly could. You can put your little polar bear on there and do have a very Merry Christmas. You can also do a Happy Holidays, which I think is what I was planning if he wasn't on there. Just like that, Happy Holidays, or put it down here. Add some, what's perfect for right here is some of these, some kind of little shiny things to just kind of spice it up a little. This silver I think would be great on here. Or some of the iridescent white gems would be gorgeous. Okay, so then the next card I kind of wanted to show is another one with some squares instead. So there's this one and this one. I kind of liked having it on the diagonal because they are on the diagonal on this. You can do it just like this, or you can turn them exactly opposite, or make it kind of a little more freeform, whichever. And then on here, I was just going to put our little die cut. Well, if I can find her. Oh yes, I put her somewhere, didn't I? A little die cut owl. Oh, what did I do with her? There she is. Okay, and put a little owl on there, and then put your owl. I'll be thinking of you this season on there. It's super cute. Now, I had one that I had colored, and I don't know what I did with her. That's strange. Anyway, I will show you real quick. She's super simple to color. Just need, this is light pumpkin pie for a beak. You could use a yellow, of course. And then you could put a little bit of yellow on the claws, or not, whichever. Then we need to get some red for her little, or his little Santa hat, whichever. I think we all wear Santa hats, so boys or girls, just for fun. I'm using Poppy Parade and Garden Green again, because it basically matches this designer series paper. Okay. Then for her body, I think probably a light brown and a light, make sure, I have dark creme flake. I don't want dark. Some light smoky slate and some light little bits of brown. So just kind of put it kind of here and there. I didn't want her to be a snow owl, so I don't want it to be too much on here. So kind of just the same way I did with the little mouse. I'm just kind of adding a little bit of color. Just want to add a little bit of brown because owls kind of have brown and gray. Just little bits here and there. You can see that that would be super fast. As long as you have your colors out and ready to go, that would be super fast to do. So I love how this repeats the squares that are in this pattern paper. Okay, so finally I'm going to do another one that has, you could do 100 different things, but I'm going to do another one that has some tearing in it. So this one, I'm using different colors, trying to use something that's we're not seeing all the time. We're using Balmy Blue for the background, and we're using Lost Lagoon for the, what do you call it? Pond. So I'm just lining this up along here. And this seems strange the way I have it, because I have it where there's just a spot over here, but I'm going to put only the moose on the pond, and then I'm going to put our polar bear up here. So let's put more adhesive here. And this is cut to 5 1/4 by 4, or not 4, but it's cut to 5 1/4 because I'm going to put it right down here on the bottom, and I want it to look like it's kind of framed. Here's our little moose, and he's doing his little dance over here. and then our little polar bear here, and then our Merry Christmas or Have a Merry Christmas, whichever. Let's see, I said, yes, Have a Berry Christmas. Very Merry Christmas here. And then this stamp set also comes with just some little other kinds of little bows. They are to put on the packages that are in there. But you don't have to do that. You can just put them on the sentiment just to add a little bit more. So I kind of liked that idea. You could also have your mouse out here like he's singing. I don't know necessarily that our little mouse would be singing while someone was trying to skate, but he might. You never know. Okay, so what I like to do on, let's see here, the polar bear. I'm going to use Lemon Lolly only because, and I hope it doesn't make you think of not good things, but I wanted to put a little bit of like a light color on him. So I'm going to stay away from his behind. I'm only going to put it on his back and on his feet a little bit. And just add a little bit of color to his, and it's really light, to his fur. That's not completely white. Not a whitey white. So it looks like we've taken some time with it. You could also use light petal pink to add a little bit of color. I'm going to do that just a little. Put it in his ears, kind of around a little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to color these in strange colors. I'm going to use the dark Shy Shamrock, not the Shy Shamrock. I keep doing that. I don't want the Shy Shamrock. I've got Shy Shamrock here and here. I'm going to use this dark Seafoam for our wreath because I'm trying to use different colors. Even if I can't remember it, that's what I'm trying to do. So the first thing makes it easier for me anyway is to color around the circles so that I don't make any mistakes when I'm coloring. And then you may not agree, but I'm going to put pink on here just for a different color. And then I'm going to make the bow pink. Okay, now you can add a little rosy cheek there and put a little bit pinker there in his ear or her ear. So I just thought that made kind of a cute look. Then I'm kind of going to use some of the same colors on our little moose, but I'm going to try to color him first. So I'm going to use dark crumb cake, dark pecan pie, light pecan pie, and light pumpkin pie. Light crumb cake, and try to see which ones I can easily use. Okay, so let's start with the light crumb cake on the antlers. I don't know if you guys do this, but if I ever watch videos, I don't very often, but if I watch videos, I like to have something to do myself while I'm working on, while I'm listening to the video or trying to understand a new technique or something like that. And that way, when there's something that I don't necessarily need to listen closely to, I can just be working. So kind of like making Christmas cards and watching a Hallmark movie, kind of a similar situation there. Okay, so I've got the light color on there. I'm going to start with the light pecan pie because maybe I don't want to use the dark one. I want to leave a little bit for the ears to be pink. Get some pink on the ears. I think the light pecan pie is dark enough. I'm just going to do that edge there. And I love how easy it is to color these. So all I'm doing is putting extra color down here where they've already basically shown me that I need to put a little more color, leaving a little bit on his face to kind of shine. And then I'm going to put some pink on his cheeks, just like I did on our little friend, the polar bear. And because this is so light, what it actually does is take the color away a little bit. So I may need to go back over it with a little more brown just to kind of blend it in there. I'm going to do the ears a bit. Like that. And then I'm going to just color his body. So I'm just going to try to decide here what colors I think would be cute. I think I want to use this green again. I think I want to use the balmy blue to tie it in. I'm going to use the pink. And then I think I'm also going to use this Lost Lagoon and then yellow. So I've got to sit here and kind of think, well, maybe I don't need all these colors because that's kind of a lot. But I used the pink here. And I used a little bit of yellow. And so I think I'm going to first start with pink. And then I'm going to use green. And yellow. And then maybe this blue, or this green. And then the true balmy blue. Okay. And then I'm going to do the blue back here. Lost Lagoon. This is like a, there we go, for the bottom of the skates. I think I'm going to leave his little skates white, and then I'm going to use some of the colors for his skates. I think I'm going to use yellow for the skate. Oh, no, I meant the socks. Okay, then the skates will be yellow. How did I get so distracted, guys? Too funny. Okay, that's pretty cute. I kind of like that. And then I'm going to do his socks, different colors. So I'll use blue. And green. Oh, I didn't color his leg back there. I want to get that colored in with our not crumb cake. Light pecan pie. I just totally missed that. There we go. Then our light Lost Lagoon up here. And then our pretty in pink. Oh yeah, that is a colorful bit of stuff. So I probably wouldn't want to do this in red on here. I would probably want to do another, a different color, one of these colors. But anyway, when I pop that up on dimensionals, I think that will be super cute. And I think it will be an unexpected color combination. Some people like that and some people don't. So anyway, so this is this one. We made our one with the squares, offset squares. We made our one with our little moose doing his skating. And then we made our spinner card here. And I didn't glue those down, but anyway, you can remember that we did this. So yeah, a lot of different possibilities. I could have as well, and I forgot to say that, put this gorgeous gold and red on here, gold polka dotted red, real red ribbon. And that's what's funny about this, the real red and the Poppy Parade. I think a lot of times the ribbons and the inks just go back and forth on which one is the most fun. So you can use them almost interchangeably, I think. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great weekend and find some time for some card making. Bye-bye.